Hi there, I'm Violet Van Hees and this is Grow Your Movement Freedom. Welcome. So in the last video we looked at how your body learns. We looked a bit at how nerves and muscles work and the fact that your nerves tell your muscles what to do, and that if you can influence your nervous system in your brain, you can change what's happening for your muscles without even having to directly work with your muscles. And I introduced last time a movement that's called the bell hand in the Feldenkrais work. And it's a movement where you bring your hand very carefully and gently together. All the fingers come together at just the same moment. And you bring a quality into this movement of ease and of smoothness and of coordinating that movement so that you're able to do it lightly and easily. And the fingers all come together at the same moment and it has a nice feel to it. And I promised that this time we'd look at what do you use the bell hand for. So first of all, I promised I'd look into why it's called the bell hand, because this didn't really look like a bell. I was thinking of an open mouth bell like in a church tower. But after talking to a number of people and asking about this, it sounds like the idea that Moshe Feldenkrais had when he was looking at this was this kind of bell, which makes sense now, right? Because it's like as if each of these little parts here is a finger coming together to close. So there you go. And there's a number of reasons why the bell hand can be really powerful for you when you're learning a new movement or you're wanting to make a movement more free and more easy for yourself. So I just want to mention three of those things. The first thing is that when you're doing a movement that's interesting to your body and that you're really paying attention to, the rest of you will tend to mimic or match or copy that movement. So this is a bit of a double-edged sword, because if you're noticing things around you or parts within yourself or something within yourself that's really tight or braced, it's quite possible that more of you will brace to match that. Or on the other side, if you happen to see something beautiful and fluid, sort of like someone who's walking down the street and has a beautiful, easy walk or run, or a dancer who just floats when they dance, then you might find that your movements right after that or while you're watching that start to have a little bit more of that quality too, especially if you're really paying attention to it and you're going, wow, I wonder if I could just take that in. It's like that movement infuses you. And your whole nervous system starts to match it without even having to consciously do anything in particular. And by having the bell hand, you've got your own dancer right here. You've got this lovely model for movement right within your own experience right here, right now. The second thing about the bell hand is once you've learned one movement that has a particular quality, tone, and coordination to it, then it's a lot easier to learn another movement that has that same quality, ease, coordination, and tone to it. And the third thing is that your body learns quickest and best when you feel safe. And if the bell hand movement feels quite safe to you to do, then another movement that has a similar quality and tone to it, or has a similar feel to it, may also already feel safer for your body to explore. So now let's look at what you do with the bell hand. So this is where you get your ideas and your tips for today that you get to go explore. So I use the bell hand when I'm learning a movement that I want to find some way to have ease and coordination and smoothness in. And it may be a big movement like a tennis serve, or it could be something small like writing or typing. And it's something where you get to choose whatever you want, where you feel you have some tightness or you have some lack of fluidness that you'd like to shift. And this offers a really quick way into helping your body find solutions that may be beyond what your mind might think about to how to find better quality of movement. So for example, I have a knee injury where I've got some ligaments in my knee that are kind of loose. And so I'm wanting to be able to support my knee with muscle, but I don't want to be really tight and gripping and bracing in my whole body to help that to happen. So when I go for walks, I use the bell hand right now as a way to walk and to find out, can I feel for support and ease and quality as I'm walking at the same time. And this works best when I'm walking slowly and I'm paying attention. And gradually it will come into my nervous system more and more, and I won't have to pay attention as much or move as slowly. But to get the initial feeling, I want to notice differences, because that's how my body learns really well, is by noticing what's different when I do it this way compared to when I do it another way. So I'll just give an example here. So when I walk, I'm just kind of noticing, how does my leg feel? How does my knee work? When I'm going upstairs, this really helps. How can I get support through my knee that feels fluid and coordinated and useful without being overly braced? And the bell hand helps me with that. Another place where I use it, that might be useful for a lot of other people, is typing. So I tend to be fairly tight in my hands when I'm typing, right? I tend to get going and my hand starts to tighten up and maybe my wrist starts to bend and a number of things happen. And then if I think about the bell hand, I don't have to do it at the same time as I'm typing, but I can think about it and imagine the bell hand. My hand changes when I'm typing. I have less tension, I can type better, everything works really well, and it's a lot smoother and easier for me. So I invite you to pick something. It might be playing basketball, it might be lifting your kids, it might be running, it might be walking, it might be moving something, it might be playing the clarinet, whatever it is. Find something that's of interest to you where you'd like to have a little bit more freedom and a bit more ease and smoothness and coordination in what you're doing. And then either do the bell hand while you're doing it, or think of the bell hand and then do the action. And explore it a bit and find out, could you bring more movement freedom, more ease, more quality, more coordination into it by using the bell hand. And then notice the differences. Pay attention to what's going on and notice when you do the bell hand or think of the bell hand, is your body doing something different? And does that feel good and work for you? Because if it does, that can become a new movement option for you, something you can go back to and choose more often. So now you've opened up your choices. And when you open up your choices, you open up your world. And how cool is that? So go out, go explore some fun stuff. Have fun with this. Let me know what you're discovering. And we'll see you next time. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.